So, in Standpoint with Nike, we are here to inspire, enlighten, and motivate you.
And yes, to do that, once again today, we have another very special guest. He is a father, a successful business owner. He's actually one of the top leaders in our community. When you talk about wheels that keeps a motion, that keeps a vehicle moving, he is one of the wheels behind our community. He's a man of wisdom. When he speaks, you really want to pay attention and listen. So it's a great honor and a pleasure, sir, to have within you with us today, Coach Tanve. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really honored to be here because you guys are, and like you guys' names are also different, and you both are nurses. Like it's awesome.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. It's such an honor. We really, really appreciate.
Today, we just want to hear from you. We want you to tell us who is Coach Tanve.
Well, I actually had a job that I worked there for like almost 12, 13 years in Canada. And I started hotel management from Switzerland. So I worked in few different countries in a hotel. And then I finally settled in Canada. Um, and then I got married. And then now we have three kids, three daughters, 5 years, 3 years, and 6, 7 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And before we started this business, both my wife and I, we used to work like everyone else. I used to go to work and then she'd be home. When I come home, she'd be going to work or she'd be sleeping. And the same story, same story.
Hmm.
So when our first daughter was born, that's when we kind of like started thinking that what is going on? Like we don't have time for each other. We don't have time for our kids. And my wife was really kind of like paranoid about leaving my daughter at home or to someone else and
Yeah.
go to work. And
Mhm.
for that reason, she was looking for something that she could do from home. Like we were not necessarily looking for exactly this business, but
Yeah.
my wife was looking for something that she could just do it from home and make some extra money, and that's it. And from my side, I was so sick and tired of my job. Like
Oh.
I hated it because my hours were long, like from 3 p.m. to like 2 a.m. That was my, because I was in the banquet department, so all those big functions, weddings, and all those to goes till midnight, 1 o'clock, and then you clean up, do your balance and money and all this, and by the time you get home, it's like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it's not that much money either. It's like you are literally working 8 to 10 hours a day
Yeah.
for nothing. End of the month, it's zero, and then you wait for and like this is a very painful point that I felt is like every year you wait for a $1 raise. Like this is a biggest scam in the world, and we are in that scam, and but we don't even realize it.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even get it. Some years they would be like no, and it happened to me. Like after 2 years I asked for a raise, and then the manager at that time I was managing a restaurant.
Hmm.
And then the owner of the restaurant says, "Oh, you know what? Last year my business wasn't that great, so I'm sorry. This year, no raise."
Wow.
Wow.
Right? So those are those little things. And then when we are seeing everyday people are actually moving online and doing something online,
Hmm.
then we started thinking like, you know what? Hey, let's see what's going on. What are those businesses and stuff? So I looked at Amazon FBA, Spotify, Shopify, those kind of stuff, but
Hmm.
lot of overhead cost and lot of stress and shipping and dealing with customers and all those, which I didn't want to do. So then we finally found this one, and thank God we did, because we started this in 2019, so just a year before pandemic. So
Hmm.
yeah, so that's
Thank
that's me. That's our story, and that's how we got into the business. And then last 4.5 years, it's been magical.
you. So
Amazing.
I may ask, while you were searching, when your wife also was searching, what set this business apart? What was it about this business that was different from the others that you?
Exactly the one that I just said, that I was, because I wanted to do some business that would give me some freedom as well, because
Mm,
I was even looking for to opening a restaurant, since I'm in hotel industry and I have a lot of experience in restaurants and food and inventory stuff. So I wanted to open a restaurant, and then I started to talking to the bank, and I kind of found two places that I wanna rent probably. But by the time we went through the banking, getting the loan and all those, like $4,000 or $5,000 was gone already, just to talking about it. And then uh, the bank said, okay, first year or maybe year and a half, don't expect any profit.
hmm,
If you can at least just go like end of the month, even break even, that's your profit. I'm like, really? And you have to like open your restaurant at 7 a.m. and then go home at 1 a.m. So you're gonna be like this. And then I was thinking about Amazon, same thing.
Goodness.
We have like, I don't know, if we have so many people from Amazon came and doing this business right
yeah,
now, and there is a reason for that.
Yeah.
that's true.
So those are the things that makes it apart from other businesses, because here you don't have to deal with inventory.
That's
You
true.
don't have to deal with like directly with the customers or anything. You don't have to deal with shipping.
Right.
Hmm,
You don't have any like physical store or anything.
yeah,
You don't have employees. Nobody's gonna call in sick,
Yes.
and you don't have to hire or fire people.
Yeah.
You are the only one boss.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
right.
all those things are like perfect for us. We're like,
hmm,
okay, that's the one that we're looking for.
Yes. It's amazing. A lot of, what that's what makes us unique,
yeah,
It's like people when we tell people like that, they'll be like, "Oh, is that even possible? Like, how is that even happen? Like, how can you even do that?" Yes, and that is how we operate. We have such an amazing system,
that's
and
true.
it make us stand out. Honestly, it does. And you are mentioning about, that how your wife was very concerned about parenting, and I think a majority of us in our community, like, that is what actually make us turn around and make us also think twice, like, how can we put our children under other people's care, like we don't even know what is going on behind us.
Hmm,
Aside from that, it's like we miss so many milestones, school activities, walking, and everything is because of these children.
yep,
We wanted to provide for them. We want to go back and being the parents they deserved. So it's such an amazing to finally find something like this that actually, secure their future. That fulfill all those dreams and create that security, the financial, freedom, time freedom, being the parents we really wanted to be.
in the
It's
life
such
of the children.
amazing, you know and like when we're talking about this, we always tell people like, when you come to our business, when you come inside, like come inside. Every time we refer to like come inside and see for yourself. Like when we say come inside, there's just a lot of things to see inside. Can you enlighten that area for us?
So when we say see you in the other side or come inside
Yeah.
and see, it's like that's because since it's an online world, it's always fishy or
Hmm,
unknown or very dramatic or for other people. Like,
Yes.
okay, is this something that I'm gonna click on that and then boom boom boom, all my money from my account is gone and all this stuff, so there's so many things like that. So what we want, and I always say that even in my on my page or when I talk to someone, that I don't want you to start this business without knowing.
hmm,
I don't want it. I want you to do your due diligence
Hmm.
and then do your research, watch around, look around, and then you decide whether you want to do it or not, whether it's a good fit for you or not.
nice.
I even tell people, no, don't do this,
Hmm,
because it might not be for everyone. It's not for everyone. Okay.
that's true.
Right.
Uh, not everyone is going to be nurses, not everyone is going to be doctors, not everyone is going to be, so it's not for everyone. But
Mhm.
how would you know if it's for you or not without even looking?
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's exactly what I say. They come inside and see and look around, see our system, see our, how we help other people to start this online platform, and then you decide whether this is a good fit for you or not.
Right.
And that's what makes us different from other people too. Like in this business, we don't beg people. We don't have to convince people.
Nope.
Right.
We
That's
even say that I even say that no, don't do this business. This is not for you because I'm trust I do. Entrepreneurship is a different mindset.
hmm.
Yes.
That's right.
Someone who has a 9 to 5 mindset that I'm going to
Mhm.
work and I'm going to make money. I'm going to work,
Mm.
I'm going to make money. And that's all I want. I don't want any hassle and hassle and, stress and all this. Yeah, they do have some stress at work, but whatever they do, they
They're
do
fine.
know that end of the month, I'm going to get this 4,000 or $5,000. My mortgage is secured. My kids, I have money to provide food for my children.
Mhm.
That's all. They don't want to go. And that's a complete different mindset than entrepreneurship.
That's true.
Right.
Like when we went to Orlando, the John Maxwell. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
John Maxwell said entrepreneurship is something like you work, 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 and then you get something, and
Hmm.
then you work, 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 and then something, and then you work something, you
Mm.
work something, and then it's just money, 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 no work, and
Yes.
that's entrepreneurship, right?
Hmm.
So people who are not ready in that mindset that they have to work, 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 and then it starts rolling, and then whatever amount of hard work or money that you have spent in last 6 months,
It begins to pay off.
yeah, and then when it starts paying off, man, I tell you, it doesn't stop because
Yes.
in your salary in your job there is a limit for you're gonna make this much. Like I in my hotel industry, I was banquet supervisor. Even if I would become in next 30 years a general manager of the hotel, there is
Mhm.
still a cap for that 105, maybe 150,000 or maybe 200,000 a year,
Yeah.
right? Not more than that. And that
Yeah.
at that I would be like 65 at that time,
Oh yes.
right?
That's right.
Here in this business,
Mhm.
not only this business, what I always say, like, do whatever you want, but do something online.
Hmm.
Please do something using internet,
Hmm.
Mhm.
because now this is the best time to get into this online world.
Yes.
Otherwise, because in next 5 to 10 years,
Mhm.
oh man, there's gonna be a lot of change,
Oh yes.
like a
Yes.
lot of change. So do whatever you want
Mhm.
online.
Hmm.
Doesn't have to be this business. If you don't like it, don't do this. Do
Right.
something else. Do something online.
Find something to do online.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. And that's why we give people options. You know, we give them option. You come inside, check it for yourself and see if this will work for you. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, fine. We don't force you. Just like you say, it doesn't work for everybody. You
No.
know, and then I love that perspective of work, 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 then you end and work. So, you have to compared to like 9 to 5 daily job, you will continuous working. Of course, you work, you pay, you work, you pay, and then when you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
It's totally different. So yeah, it's the reason why like everybody should start have the mind of multi-stream income. Like when you even one day, if you quit your 90 job or you're just tired and you're just like, I'm gonna retire, you definitely have something on the side like is generating for you continuously.
It's yours. That is in your name. That's, you
Yes.
just like you said, it's in the mindset. You have to have that mindset. If you don't, you're just going to be in the same profession, on the same position year in, year out, until, like, Coach Sanvi said, you are 65 and you are still,
Yes, yes. I'm telling you, I have met a lot of nurses like they are in their 70s, almost 80s. They still come to work, and I was like, even if they cannot stand up straight, I'll be like, oh my God, like what's going on?
a man of wisdom, and the things you say are deep. So one of the days you were talking about your problem is never gonna go away. Do you remember that
Yeah, yeah,
statement?
yeah,
And
yeah.
you just have to make it bigger. And
Mhm.
I'm like, hmm?
What does he mean by that?
We'd like you to
Okay.
shed some light on that.
Yeah. So I read a book. It was Grant Cardone. I don't know if he mentioned it in his book or I was just listening to one of his podcasts,
Hmm.
and he was talking about it. And like just like you, it made me think like, what does that even mean? Like, you will always have a problem. What you have to do is just make your problem even bigger. So, so say for example, I have a car, right, and I'm worried about gas price all the time, right? But what he meant is always hit for a bigger goal, go for a bigger goal.
Hmm.
Okay, my gas price problem, or the price is going up, or I need gas in my car. These kind of things will be always there. What he meant is you go for a private jet. Maybe you own your own yacht or helicopter. You're still gonna have that problem, like, oh, I need gas in my helicopter, or I need gas in my yacht. But at that time, you are actually worried about gas for your yacht, not for freaking Toyota Corolla anymore. You know what I mean? So that's the mindset that
Yes.
Hmm.
you will have. Not right now. I have this house now. I have bills to pay for this house, right? But and I'm working for this to pay the bills, mortgage, and bills for these houses, right? So why don't I do the exact same thing? But maybe I'll live in a $5 million house. I still have to pay the bills and all this. So my problem now is a smaller. But when I have $5 million houses, my problem is bigger, my expenses bigger, my income would be bigger. So everything you have to make it bigger. Just make it
Hmm.
big, 10 times more.
Dream big. Dream big.
Exactly. That's what it means. Like, we a millionaire people or billionaires, they also have like things to do, things to think about, and they always. But at the same time, the person who, like me, when I was just $20 an hour person working in a hotel. I would wake up, get ready, go to work for 10 hours, and then come home. And then end of the month. Okay, I have to pay this bill. I have to pay this bill. Oh, I have my mortgage. Oh, I have to groceries. Everybody has that.
Yes.
Everybody is. What billionaire people are doing is like, oh, I have $3 million coming from here. I have $10 million coming from here. Oh, and then I'm going to buy a yacht, so I have to go like $30 million I have to spend over there. The whole thing that I'm doing as a poor person, they're doing the same thing, except they're doing in a bigger portion.
Hmm.
Mm.
And that's what I mean. Like, just make it bigger. Like, make your problem bigger.
Hmm.
You're gonna be like, you'll have problems.
Yeah.
Why don't just make it bigger?
Oh wow. Very, very, oh my God. Very deep.
Yeah, very deep. And it's
Yes.
the mindset.
Yes. Yes. That was really deep.
It's
Wow.
all about mindset. Like in my team, and like even like you guys see when I come on our because we have our community weekly masterminds from
Mhm.
around the world, right?
Yes.
When I speak on that, mostly I always focus on mindset, because you can do everything you want,
Hmm.
Mm.
everything and anything in this world, if you really go for it. And when you can go for it is like when you have that right mindset.
Right. Absolutely.
Not just because I'm telling you, oh yeah, this business is good, and then you are like, yeah, okay, I'm going, and then you don't have that mindset. You're
Mm.
just gonna do that for 1 month, and then you'd be like, hey, nothing happening, nothing's happening. I want to quit. Of course, you're gonna quit. And these kind of people, they quit everywhere they go because they don't have that kind of mindset.
That's correct.
Hmm.
That's
And
correct.
once you have that mindset, okay, you know
Mm.
what? I'm gonna go for it. This is my goal. If Nikki can do it, if Tanvir can do it, I can do it too. And
Mm.
then I will do whatever it takes to get there. That's it. If you have
Mm.
that mindset, and then the what people say struggle, I never say struggle. I always use challenge.
Yes.
challenge.
So all
Yeah.
those challenges or
Mm,
whatever comes to your way
mm,
doesn't look that big. When you are in that small mindset, something
yes.
happens and then you go like, I told you. I told you this is gonna happen. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know why always it happens to me. Why is that? Oh, why me? And then you start playing that pity game, and then you go like people to people, your friends. You know what? I don't know why it's always happening to me, because your mindset, your target, your mindset is this small.
And it's,
Yes. That's right. Wow. Guys, it's been amazing. Oh my
yes.
goodness. Wow. I feel like
Before
we
you
just started like
leave,
a minute
I
ago.
know we are out of time, but before you leave, we want you to look to our camera and speak to our audience. It's our goal to inspire them. Can you please inspire them in your words?
Well, what I always say is, if you're watching this, that means somewhere someday you seen an ad and then you were thinking about, oh yeah, maybe I'll give it a try. So that's why you're here, and that's why maybe you're watching this.
Yeah.
So just think about this. You came here for something.
Mhm,
Now, what I always did in my life is also is, don't just walk away assuming about something. You
mhm.
know, you are here for some reason, so check it out, look around, do your due diligence. It's an internet world, so you can learn and search and get informations for about anything,
Right.
and then take your decision.
Mhm,
Sometimes people say, what if I don't succeed?
mm.
And what I always say, what if you succeed?
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
you know
Mhm,
and it's not only about this business. I always talk about in your whole life, anytime. Every time we do something, or we try to, or we go for doing something new, it's inbuilt. The God gave us that, the shield or some sort of mechanism that will
right.
feel scared. That's normal, because God gave us this system in our brain and our heart,
Yeah.
so that when you go up climbing the mountain, you're not going to jump off, because
Yeah.
you're scared, right?
Mhm,
Otherwise people would just jump off the, because that's why God gave us this, so that we think twice before we do something new or something scary, because it
mm.
just resistance, right?
Right.
For that natural resistance, every time you want to do something, you feel scared. That's fine. I'm okay with that until that. But what I'm not okay is, some people, when they're scared and then they stop doing it, so they end up being average. They end up being wherever they are for their whole life.
Mhm,
Mm.
And then there's second type of people. They get scared, but they get courage. They start, researching. They're like, okay, what is this?
Mm.
It's not only about this business. Anything in their life, they go that extra couple of steps.
Yeah.
And then as you go, it's gonna open up for you.
Yeah.
right.
Like John
Absolutely.
Maxwell always say, and I really like this. It's like, if you wanna come, like, from your house to my house
Mhm,
in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
when it's dark outside, when you turn on your headlight, you don't see from your house to my house
right.
through that headlight. What
Mm.
you see is like 10, 20, 50 feet.
Yeah. You
Yes.
And
need
then
it.
you keep going, and as you keep going, it starts you showing you another 50 feet. And you
Mm.
keep going like that, and then eventually you will arrive to my house.
Yes.
From your house, you couldn't see my house.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So sometimes when we started doing something,
mm.
we don't see the whole thing all the way right away. You As you go, it will open up for you.
Mm.
So I always say that, don't if you need a change in your life,
Yeah.
you cannot do the same thing and expect a different result,
Mm.
Right.
right? So if you want something different, you have to do something
Different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
different. So, thank you,
Wow.
guys.
Yeah.
That is a wise word. Oh my God. Okay. A word is enough for the wise. That is wow.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Coach. Wow. Inspired. You have been enlightened in so many ways, so many aspects. And of course, you have been motivated to look at your life, where you are coming from, where you are today, and where you are going tomorrow. And I'm saying tomorrow, the future to come is like, where do you want to be? Are you really doing the right thing? Do you have to take a different step? Or are you ready to challenge yourself? Honestly, if you really sit down and watch this today, and you listen to us throughout today, or you come back and watch us again, you will have realized you have taken so many out of this live session today. And we really appreciate each and every one of you. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We will never take your pleasure time for granted. Coach Tanfir, wow, you are amazing. As
you.
always. As always. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now.
Bye.